The opinions expressed in this show are the views of the host and not necessarily that of WTRW, 94.3 The Talker, or the Bold Gold Media Group.
The following presentation is paid for by Century 21 Jack Ruddy Real Estate, who is solely responsible for its content. Portions transcribed.
All Century 21 real estate offices are independently owned and operated.
This is the Real Estate Roundtable with Century 21 Jack Ruddy Real Estate. Good morning. I'm Jackie Ruddy, broker, and with Pat Devaney, my husband, fellow realtor.
Good morning, Jackie. How are you today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing great.
All right. We're with Matt Marzani, co-owner of Keystone Upholstery. Hello.
How you doing, Jackie? Hi, Pat. Good to see you, too.
Thank you for being here with us. We're here every Saturday at 11 a.m., Sunday at 11:30 a.m., where we review various real estate topics. We have a full-time real estate office with many relentless realtors who've been guiding, assisting, and advising clients in real estate matters for over 50 years.
During the week, feel free to email us with any questions you have at questions@jruddy.com. That's questions@jruddy.com. Or you can give us a call at 570-344-6724. And when you go to jruddy.com, click on the webcam and the webcam tab, get a live view of Dunmore Corners and see what's going on. And I want to have a shout out to my friends Bobby and Regina, who made the move from Brooklyn
to PA.
Oh, it's Pennsylvania, but that's okay. They're working on it.
Yeah. Welcome to the neighborhood.
Yep.
We're thrilled to have you.
He says he wants to go to Karamia's every day for lunch. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Not on Mondays. They're closed.
No, they're closed on Mondays and
Sundays, yes. Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, Pinterest. View our listings, search the MLS listings, and listen to archive radio shows by going to mobile-friendly JRUDDY.com. That's jruddy.com, where we also have all the popular podcast apps that we feature the radio show on. Okay. Matt Marzani, owner of Keystone Upholstery. Just a little brief rundown on who you are and how long you've been doing what you do.
Well, personally, I am there since I'm 12 years old. This was my grandfather started this as a tailor. My father made it into what it is in the 50s and started calling it Keystone Upholstering to not sound so ethnic, because that used to matter. And he moved from building to building to building to building as he grew until finally he bought the building that we're in right now, which is a 18,000 square foot building next door to North Scranton Junior High School in North Scranton.
It's still white, right? The white building setback?
A white building setback, parking lot in the front with the red letters on the building, Keystone Upholstering, and a sign that says Keystone Fabrics in the front.
So you can go in on that beautiful first floor and look at all of the fabrics.
That's correct. You can look at the fabrics. You can also look at samples of our work. You can look at samples of window treatments. You can look at a lot of furniture that we have down there just to show people what it looks like when it's reupholstered, because some people don't know. Some people have had a bad experience with reupholstering from an amateur shop where it didn't come out right.
Or they tried it on to do it themselves, DIY.
It's not a good DIY.
You can't watch a YouTube video and do it yourself?
You could try.
You can try. I see a lot of that, and some people are better at it than others, but none of them can really do it right. There's a lot to it. Even simple things like dining room seats, which are essentially a piece of plywood with filling and fabric on top of it. But you still have to know how to do even that. And the other thing is that people that do it themselves, they can't get the good filling, and they don't know how to do it, so it almost always looks a mess. And it's a typical complaint is it's too soft. Everything must be firm. People that are reupholstering are our age, Jackie, 29. That was a joke. But they don't want anything too soft. They want to be able to get up out of it.
So all of this foam that you're using inside of these cushions, it's different, what is it, different densities?
Different weights and different densities. All the foam rubber we buy is bought with 4 numbers. The first 2 numbers are the density, and the second 2 numbers are the hardness. So density and hardness are 2 different things. Foam rubber is made of, to keep it simple, foam rubber and air. And the more air you add to a ball of foam rubber, the lower the density. like we normally use is a 2.6 density, and the softest we use for seats is a 2.6, 3.5, a 2635. But most people want it harder than that. So we have a 4.5, a 2645, 2655, 2665, and that is what most people want. And people that are do-it-yourselfers can't buy that at all. The foam rubber sold in stores or in fabric centers, it might not even be 1 pound. It's all air and no foam. And even all the cushions that we refill for people on furniture that's only a year old, none of the factories are using the good foam. It's too much money. So, and they don't have to, because when you go into a store and test it, it will sit good. It's all good when it's new. The difference is it gets old so fast. If it's all air, it turns to mush in no time. And if someone is heavier or older, you can't get out of it.
They sink.
Yeah, you sink into it. And there's nothing really under the cushions on today's furniture anyway. Like a sofa like yours, that has what we call an 8-knotted seat. And it's called that because when the springs are properly tied, there's 8 knots on each spring. So that's why it's called 8-knotting, because you tie it front to back, side to side, and then diagonally both ways. So you end up with 8 knots on each spring. And the reason for that is to pull it all tight so the springs work as a unit and not individually. Because once the twines start to break, which takes about 20 years, once they start to break, then the springs are working individually. Then you have a seat that's just too soft. It just gets too soft.
Okay. Wow.
See, I knew there was a thing with the density of the foam. So I go on eBay. I'm not going to get the foam that I need.
I don't think so. I don't know of a place on eBay that's selling it. I know.
It's a professional thing. That's you got to leave it to the professionals.
Well, there's certain things you can't do yourself. I mean, some people are good at everything, but you just can't buy the good materials. I have customers that come and buy a sheet of foam rubber from me if they want something good. And there is a difference. The weight of it is different. The bounciness is different. The hardness is different. In our showroom, there's about a 12-foot cushion in front of a window. And in that cushion, I have 4 different hardnesses of foam rubber. But they're all glued together, so it's just one big cushion. But when people pick their fabric, we have them pick what kind of a seat they want. We tell them all the way to the right, that's the hardest. All the way to the left, that's the softest. That's the softest that I dare use. And normally people go for the second hardest. You know, they sit on it, they move down 2 feet and try it. It was a good idea because making cushions too hard is not good either. Some people don't like that. For me, at home, I have my furniture hard as a rock because that's how I like it.
Matt, what are the current trends or innovations in the world of upholstery that we should be aware of? Are there any current trends?
It's really, and as far as the workmanship and the upholstering, they do keep coming up with new ways for us to do things, but I mostly stay with all the old ways. They haven't come up with anything better. They just come up with things that are easier. But like in almost everything, easier is rarely better. So we're still doing things the way my grandfather did it.
So how has the practice of what you do evolved over the years?
Only in that we have synthetic materials that we can use now for filling, where the fillings used to be all natural years ago. Even the foam rubber years ago was natural rubber emulsified with sand. And people listening will remember seeing sand under their cushions, because what happened to that foam rubber, it's separated over the years, and you had sand underneath it. Where today, the foam rubber is all synthetic, and it's one of the few things that has really gotten better in the world is foam rubber. It works good. It lasts a long time. So, and we used to use a lot of natural cotton. Now we use all synthetic. And one of the main reasons for that is sanitation. You know, when I was a little boy, I'd go to Philadelphia with my father and buy bales of hog hair and horse mane hair. And that's what was used in filling because that's what they had. That you used natural cotton and that. Now, I don't really use natural anything, and that is it. The synthetic is an improvement. For one thing, bugs don't like it. You know, for one thing, you know, bed bugs can't eat this stuff. They can't live in this. Oh, bed bugs live off you. But years ago, there was fleas in the furniture and bugs in the furniture. We just weren't so concerned about that. But now they choke on petroleum byproducts if they try to eat the furniture.
Well, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
And you were talking about trends. I mean, I was thinking I could walk into someone's house and I can look at the couch, and if I see green velour or that orange color.
Harvest gold.
Is that what it's called? Oh, harvest gold. That's my favorite.
There was burnt orange, too.
Yes.
I mean, if you go to houses, I won't name the towns, they even have the velvet wallpaper.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The velvet flock wallpaper.
Yeah, right.
Oh, my God.
And you go in the kitchen, and it's avocado.
Yes.
Avocado.
Yes.
An avocado counter with avocado appliances.
Yeah, so you don't want to get too much into trends, I would think, right? If you go, like you said, with the classic, you should be okay.
Yeah. Fabrics, even fabrics don't really trend. I guess they do trend. They just keep going in circles.
Yes.
It's been, we'll see. I remember when I was doing all the sales on the road, every house you went into, you sold them green, gold, or orange. Every house you went into. Now, that's coming back. There's more green, gold, and orange. Today, they do different things. Like decorators will mix orange with red in a house, where that was unheard of. That was just unheard of. It was unheard of to mix green with blue when I was doing it. You just didn't do that. But now they mix everything, and people like what they like.
Are there any historical styles that are making a comeback?
Well, almost all of the stuff.
The colors, you're saying,
but even the styles, almost all of the stuff, we had it before. We used to do it better, but we had it before. We are seeing more woodwork on furniture now than, for a while there was no woodwork. Now we're seeing more woodwork, but it's now not as nice as it used to be. It used to be carved in, where now it's pressed in. It used to have a real stain, and now it has a photographic spray-on finish or something almost like contact paper for a finish.
Is that like the stuff you see like on the Jeeps from the 1980s, the Wagoneers with the faux wood on the side of it? They're doing that with furniture?
It's not that much different. No, I'm talking just the woodwork on the furniture.
Oh, okay.
And the bad part about that is when it gets scuffed or scratched, it's almost impossible to touch it up that it doesn't look like a Band-Aid. Where a real finish, I can fix anything.
Right.
You can and easily, and you'd never see it on a real finish. But there's not a lot of real finishes anymore. Too time consuming.
Can you change the shape or style of a piece of furniture when you reupholster?
Yes, we have people that will bring us a picture of what they would like their sofa or chair to look like. And as long as it's an older one, made out of real wood, I can cut it and shape it into whatever you want.
Fabulous.
Let me ask you something. Say I have an older sofa or whatever. What's the best way to clean something like that?
To clean upholstering, the best way to clean it is to call a cleaning person.
Oh, really?
Because the most important part is the extraction, and you don't have good extraction in your house. If you call... Can I say somebody? Or if you call ChemDry Northeast, he will make your furniture look like new.
Really?
And the whole thing is he has the good chemicals, and he's also environmentally friendly. But the extraction is the main thing. In other words, you're shooting a chemical in. The suction coming out is the most important part. In other words, when they're finished, your sofa should be just about dry.
Okay.
Over-wetting it is bad. Now, for spot cleaning, you can go to an automotive store and buy an automobile interior cleaner with OxyClean and clean spots. But be smart about it. Don't scrub real hard in one spot. Test it where it's not seen, and don't use that heavy, hard brush on a velvet fabric. Otherwise, you'll see where you're trying to clean it.
Destroy it.
I strongly recommend you call ChemDry. I can say this: if you buy Krypton fabric, now that will never stain. You can pour red wine on it; it won't stain. It won't stain it, but it will still get dirty from
sitting on it and whatever.
Well, mostly it's the dirt from outside that gets into your house. That will still get it dirty. And I still recommend, for spot cleaning with that stuff, that's no problem. You really can't hurt it with Krypton. But for an overall cleaning, every 2 or 3 years, I would call a good cleaner.
Well, when you purchase brand new at a furniture store, you have the option of getting something sprayed on.
The Scotch Guard they put on it,
Yeah.
right?
Well, all of those products, and there's many, are all good, but they're short life. The difference in Krypton is the stain resistance is built into it. It's put on the fiber before it's woven into a fabric, so it lasts. Where Scotch Guard
Wears off.
it comes off on your clothes.
Oh.
It's just.
I guess it would wear off, yeah.
It does. It's applied to a finished fabric.
So when you reupholster an item, do you offer something like a Scotch Guard if it's not the Krypton?
I don't. We deal with that before we get to the upholstery. When we're showing fabric samples, we deal with it then. Find out what kind of use it'll get. If it's a formal room like the sofa I did for you, or a TV room. And if it's a TV room, we try to sell them Krypton fabric, and there's a lot of it.
Makes sense.
Not a problem. And I tell people, get it shampooed every couple of years. It'll stay new forever if you do.
So do you do outdoor furniture cushions?
Yeah, we do lots of those. Lots and lots of those. We have a full line of fabrics, but all the outdoor fabrics are acrylic, but Sombrella is the famous one, and we have all of theirs. And other name brands too. They're all acrylic fabrics, that are water resistant.
I went to one of the big box stores. We have chairs on the front porch, and I replaced the cushions like a year and a half ago. They look like they're 10 years old all of a sudden. I don't know what happened to them.
There is a difference in those replacement cushions and what we make. There is a difference. They're filled with shredded floor sweepings, frankly, with shredded Dacron, because Dacron, not that it's waterproof, but it'll dry quickly. That's the difference in outdoor filling and indoor filling. The outdoor filling is not as good as any of the indoor filling, but it'll dry quickly so it won't mildew. If you use indoor filling on an outdoor cushion, it'll get wet and stay wet and mildew. But if you have outdoor furniture under a covered porch, I always tell people we use indoor filling. We haven't had a problem. But if it's exposed out in the rain, around the pool, or whatever, you have to use all the it's called a drip dry fillings that'll just dry in the sun in an hour.
This is all stuff you would never think about.
Never.
Ever. Matt Marzani, co-owner of Keystone Upholstering Company. How does someone get in touch with you, please?
Well, they can email us at info@keystonefabrics.net, or they can call us at 570-343-7123 or 570-955-5385, or just stop in at 1521-23 North Main Avenue. Our showroom is open 10 to 4:30 weekdays and 10 to 12 on Saturday.
Wonderful. Thank you. Pat?
Yes, we have a large building with a commercial first floor and an apartment upstairs at 1912-1908 Boulevard Avenue in Scranton for $290,000. This building was owner-occupied for years, and it ran a successful hair salon. The property includes a parking next door. It's got 9 cars, and it's right across the street from the Robert Morris School. This is an excellent high-traffic location for a business. The taxes are very reasonable at $2,600 a year. If you're looking to invest, you can rent out the first floor and live upstairs rent-free if you'd like. Take a look at 1912-1908 Boulevard Avenue in Scranton for $299,000. And that's listed by Marie Ann Duffy Mates of our office.
Our special sponsor this week is Green Man Exterminator. Are you tired of traditional pest control methods that harm the environment? It's time to make a greener choice. That's Green Man Exterminator, your eco-friendly solution for pest management. Green Man Exterminators, protecting your home and planet one pest at a time. Visit greenmanexterminator.com or call 570-851-4863 to schedule your affordable and environmentally friendly pest control service today. Stay with the Real Estate Roundtable with Century 21 Jack Ready Real Estate on 94.3 FM The Talker. We'll be right back. When considering to sell or buy a home, why choose Century 21 Jack Ready Real Estate? Let me tell you why. 70% of home buyers settle for the first agent they meet, and many regret it. 90% of home sellers hire an agent, but was it the right choice? Don't have agent remorse. I'm Jackie Ruddy, and I've been in and around the real estate business for most of my life. And at Century 21 Jack Ready Real Estate, we've been selling real estate for half a century. But we do not do it halfway. You deserve better than average. Average doesn't help you. We know it's all about you and what you need. Century 21 is the #1 in brand awareness, is the most recognized name in real estate, and is the most respected in the industry. In this market, if you dream big, you need to move fast. So it makes perfect sense to contact Century 21 Jack Ready Real Estate, 570-344-6724, and visit jruddy.com. That's JRUDDY.com. Thanks for listening to the Real Estate Roundtable with Century 21 Jack Ruddy Real Estate on 94.3 FM The Talker. I'm Jackie Ruddy, in with Pat Devaney, my husband, fellow realtor.
And we're back.
We're back with Matt Marzani, co-owner of Keystone Upholstering Company. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for being here with us.
Matt is the shell answer man of upholstery. He knows it all.
Do you make upholstered headboards?
We do. We make quite a few upholstered headboards.
They're in.
They are in, and you can have whatever you want. I have a lady, I don't have a lady, but I have a customer who had vaulted ceilings in her bedroom, and she wanted a 12-foot high headboard.
Wow, really?
Yeah, and we made it and didn't attach it to the bed. It was a monster of a thing. We hung it from the wall. In fact, I think we hung yours on the wall, Jackie. And that's the best way to do a headboard. And very often we'll have a headboard and a chair upholstered in the same fabric in the room, and that's a really nice custom look.
Now, is it all fabric, or do you do it with some wood?
No, I am not doing them with any wood. We have upholstered some that people had made that had finished wood around the edge, but I am just doing fully upholstered, and we can do them in a channelback style, a tufted style, a shirred band style, or just plain, whatever you want. We have them on display in the showroom. You can pick out the kind you want.
So do people go usually with, if they don't have a vaulted ceiling, low, high? How far up the wall do they go?
That's really a great question, better than you think, because it all matters how high your ceiling is. Now, we did one for a lady up at Lake Idlewild in a Cape Cod. So the ceiling was really maybe only 4 feet high, with the angle. So she wanted a very low one. Maybe it was 5 feet. She wanted a very low one. So we make them. You go to every house and you put a yardstick on the wall, and people will decide how high they want it. You can have whatever you want.
But you can come to people. One of the things I wanted to mention is that you come to people's houses. You can take a look at these things. If there's a piece of furniture to be reupholstered, you pick it up and you drop it off. I don't have to worry about any of that.
No, you don't have to worry about pickup and delivery. What we try to do, for the sake of trying to save a buck, we try to limit. We always pick up and deliver your furniture. But as far as giving you an estimate on your furniture, we would prefer that you come to the shop with a picture of your furniture, because you have to come to the shop to select fabric anyway. There's way too many fabrics to bring them to your house. There's literally hundreds of thousands of fabrics. So you need to come to the shop anyway. But then anything special, anything custom, we're glad to go to the house. And we do it all the time, every day.
Well, my outdoor cushions that you made were for a wicker set that I have, and they fit perfectly. If I was to go to a store and purchase them, they never fit correctly.
Well, they don't make them. They're not made for your furniture. They're not made to fit correctly. They're made to fit sorta. It's not the same as having a cushion custom made for your furniture. And also, the cushions that you buy are very cheap, and they're filled with very cheap stuff, and the fabric is even very cheap. And it's just not the same. If you want a cushion that fits and sits good, you have to get it made.
One size fits all fits nothing.
Nothing.
They
Nothing.
don't. They don't. You might get lucky, and you happen to have the size chair of the size cushion that they have at
Wherever.
Ollie's,
Right.
or something, but not likely.
No. So I have another set that we have the store-bought cushions, and your cushions are a lot firmer. They fit perfectly in the seats. And even I have a high back chair, you did the back of it. So, and it looks great. And when you're sitting there, you don't feel like you're going to fall off.
Mm-hmm.
Right. It's beautiful.
Well, it's all custom work. I have a fast story I want to tell you. A customer in Dunmore, she bought a new sofa, ordered a new sofa, and had an existing sofa that she wanted reupholstered in the same fabric as the new sofa that she bought. So she had the store order the fabric for her, and when it came in, we picked up the sofa and we reupholstered it. And the whole thing happened in about 3 weeks. Well, about 6 months later, when the new sofa came to match it, the customer had 1,000 complaints. Finally, the owner went to her house, and she's showing them the cushions don't fit as good as these, and she's comparing to the one that we did. And the owner finally told her, look, this is mass production. I know them over at Keystone Upholstering. A new sofa is never going to be as perfect as a reupholstered one. And that was the store owner that told the customer that.
And that's the truth.
Well, it is. Custom is custom. Mass production is good enough, and custom must be perfect.
And if someone likes the shape and style of their furniture, or if the furniture fits the room just right, or if it is of sentimental value, or if it's well made, old and very well made, these are reasons why they should consider reupholstering.
These are. Now, as far as sentimental value, or even something that fits the room, if it's not good, but you like it, we can make it good. We can replace the whole subframe and the type of spring work that's in it. We can make a modern, mass-produced sofa good by just replacing the square, the base frame, with real wood and reupholstering it custom. It'll be better than it ever was.
Matt Marzani, co-owner of Keystone Upholstering in North Scranton. How does someone get in touch with you, please?
You can call us at 570-343-7123 or 570-955-5385 or email at info@keystonefabrics.net or just stop in at 1521-23 North Main Avenue, next door to North Scranton Junior High School, any weekday between 10 and 4:30. No appointment is necessary.
Saturdays?
Saturday, 10 to 12.
And you have a beautiful showroom, thousands of...
Yes, Jackie's not allowed in there because she always wants to come out with new curtains or new something.
Yeah, we get a lot of husbands trying to talk their wives
don't go
in there.
Don't go there.
Thousands of choices of fabrics.
There's literally hundreds of thousands, Jackie.
Hundreds of thousands.
Yes,
Amazing.
there is a lot of fabrics. We have all the major companies and some of the really high-end stuff, but we only keep a minimal line of that stuff because it just doesn't sell.
Thank you, Matt, for your time 2 weeks in a row. Pat?
Yes, we have a 3-family home at 70 South Hancock Street in Wilkes-Barre for $240,000. This home is in very good condition, and it was owner-occupied. It's a great location, close to shopping, schools, and the interstate. The first floor is a 1-bedroom. The second floor is rented out with 2 bedrooms, and the third floor is a 1-bedroom. Tenants pay their own utilities. The building has been updated with newer electrical and plumbing. There's a detached 1-car garage, a fenced-in yard with a shed, and new vinyl siding. Taxes are only $2,500 a year. That's a 3-family home with separate utilities and a garage at 70 South Hancock Street in Wilkes-Barre for $240,000, and that's listed by James Caceres of our office.
Tune in next Saturday at 11 a.m., Sunday at 11:30 a.m. to listen to more of the Real Estate Roundtable with Century 21 Jack Ready Real Estate. on 94.3 The Talker.